Hi there, everyone. This is Sean 007 1986. I hope you're having a fantastic October and a lovely Friday. Well, ESPN. ESPN. They just don't know when to leave shit alone. They just can't stop talking about race and racism and all that shit. So, in case you haven't heard, or been living under a rock, and probably a good one, ESPN is doing something that is completely goddamn stupid. They are producing a series that talks about racism in sports. I know. It's getting to the point where people are getting sick and tired of this. You know the sad part about it is, I'm going to be doing this one, I'm going to talk about this story, and then I'm going to talk another story about this show. But here's the kicker about this situation. ESPN quietly produced this series. They produced this fucking series in quiet after Bob Iger said that Disney is trying to move away from the woke stuff. Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, that was a goddamn fucking lie right there. And that right there is a fucking problem. So, do what you will. So, yeah, and no surprise that it is going to be starring Ibram Kendi, a left-wing race-hustling extremist, along with failed sports center Jamel Hill. Because, of course, he's going to be on this one. Now, I'm reading this from Outkick. ESPN quietly produced series about racism starring left-wing extremist Ibram Kendi and featuring Jamel Hill. ESPN just can't help itself. I mean, they really can't. It has to produce content about racism. Yes, because, it gets to the point where people are getting sick and tired of that shit. What's interesting about this latest project, starring noted race hustler Ibram Kendi and featuring perpetual victim Jamel Hill, who's always thinks he's a victim, but she's really not, is that the network kept it pretty quiet. ESPN promotes everything it does. It even makes Joe Buck implore Monday Night Football viewers to change the channel to a different version of Monday Night Football. Yet, I heard nothing about this ESPN Plus series titled Skin in the Game. Apparently it premiered September 20th, nearly 2 weeks ago. All 5 episodes are available on ESPN's streaming platform. According to ESPN's press release, the series developed into and challenged racism in the sports world. It revealed how pervasive racism is in sports, while challenging the thoughts and systems of various governing bodies. The release also consistently refers to Kendi as Dr. Kendi. If he's a doctor, if his name's Dr. Kendi, then I should be dubbed Handsome Sean, for fuck's sake. Oh my fucking god. Lie to me, but don't lie to yourself. Similarly to Dr. Jill Biden, who is not a real doctor. Makes a lot of sense if you think about her. The company overhypes its academic accomplishments. I'm really big. If someone in the restaurant screams, "Is there a doctor in the house?" and you aren't jumping up to help, you're not a doctor. And I'm sorry, but if I'm having a medical emergency, I don't want Kendi or Biden hopping into action. I mean, I could try Ralph Northam, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I know nobody likes him, but he was my doctor before he became a politician, so, ESPN partners with a noted race hustler, Ibram X. Kendi. Some background on Kendi, if you're unfamiliar. It's not that I'm unfamiliar, it's just I can't stand the motherfucker. He's one of the most famous race baiters in the United States, along with the Reverend Al Sharpton, who may or may not be a fucking reverend, but that's up to debate. He's a black man who made millions and millions of dollars explaining that the United States is racist against black people. Ironic, huh? He's written several books. Can you guess what they're all about? I'll give you some of the titles and you see you can figure out yourself. Stamped from the beginning, the definitive history of racist ideas in America. Stamp, racism, anti-racism, and you. How to be an anti-racist. How to raise an anti-racist. Anti-racist baby. The last one is a children's book. Yeah, I figured that. I figured as much. In case you're looking for a bedtime story for your toddler, you can read them all about the evil country in which they live in. Listen, is this country... I'm going to say this right before I continue. Is this country perfect? No. It has its problems. I mean, like every other fucking country it is. But if you're going to focus the main reason of the country to be fucking racism, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, but you have to be a fucking idiot. Because we have so much shit going on in this country. Racism, as a whole, it's a drop in the bucket. But I digress. Apparently not all is well in Kendi's world, though. Several weeks ago, he had to lay off more than half his staff at the Center for Anti-Racist Research at Boston University. There's a Center for Anti-Racism at Boston University? What the fuck? That was just the beginning. Of course it is. The university launched an investigation into his financial practices. According to the Boston Globe, complaints emerged about the center's culture and financial management. In other words, he fucked with the money. That's something you never fucking do. You don't fuck with the money. Which kind of explains why Dan Snyder had to sell the team. Because he was fucking with the money. You never fuck with the money, man. Even drug dealers don't know that goddamn rule. Not that I'm advocating for drug dealers, of course. Despite recent scandals, the show premiered in September and it featured failed ESPN host Jemele Hill, among others. Well, she is a fucking failure, to be precise. Despite that, of course it is, ESPN decided that he was perfect person to lead a show on racism in sports. Yes, because ESPN is fucking idiots. Plus, he invited luminaries like Jemele Hill and Howard Bryant on the program to share their wisdom on the topic. Yeah, I know. That part's bullshit too. Kendi posted a trailer for his show on X, formerly known as Twitter. As far as I can tell, none of the major ESPN brands reposted this post or any promotional material. Gee, I wonder why. The timing of the show release is interesting too. On the same day the show premiered on ESPN Plus, Disney CEO Bob Iger told investors that the company, which owns ESPN, plans to quiet the noise in the culture world. Essentially, Iger admitted that extreme left-wing politics are bad for business. That's stating the obvious. Why it took so long for him to admit it is another story. That's probably why there isn't huge banners promoting the show. No commercials during Monday Night Football, no appearances by Kendi or the others on ESPN shows to discuss. Radio silence. But it was still produced and put on the ESPN platform, albeit the smallest one. So, baby steps, I suppose. You can't expect ESPN to quit radical left ideas cold turkey. Yeah, not like me quitting cold turkey playing video games. Trust me, you don't want to see me when I go cold turkey not playing video games. It'll be a bad trip, man. It'll be a bad trip. Can you manage the withdrawal? Oh, definitely. Instead, the network produced the content. Instead, the network produced the content and doesn't promote it at all. This show is like a nicotine patch, and ESPN is likely the beleaguered smoker trying to finally quit. Most people eventually go back to the cigarettes. Will ESPN? Time must tell. Yeah, I don't feel like. Yeah, I feel like this is actually gonna be. I feel like this is so goddamn stupid. And honestly, and I'm pretty sure everybody else can agree when I say this next part. People are sick and tired of everything being fucking racist. Like seriously, everyone's sick and tired of everything being racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, xenophobic, whatever. It's just that people are just sick and tired of it. Or, well, not only sick and tired of it, but please just don't give a fuck. I know I don't give a fuck. But, you know, you got people out here like ESPN, Abraham Kendi, and Jamel Hill, who keeps pushing this. Why? Because they're fucking race hustlers. Why? Because all they want to do is want to keep racism alive and well. And also, here's the thing, and I'm pretty sure these idiots will know this fact. If they know that the racism is running fucking unnecessarily rampant in this goddamn country, as they say, then why don't they come up with any ideas to end racism? Why can't, you know, these left-wing politicians, Democrats, woke black folks, the mainstream media, influencers on social media, why can't they find a way to end racism? Why can't they do that? That's right. I think I know why. Because if they were to end racism, then they have to get regular ass fucking jobs. I know, shocker, right? So they gotta keep up with the whole race, how, you know, keep the whole race war and racism alive and well. Because that's the only thing that gets their paper. They don't give a fuck about, you know, trying to end racism. They're just using racism just to fatten their own fucking bank accounts. And if I mean, seriously, and think about it. Do you really think they give a fuck about a black person who gets shot and killed killed on the street every day by a supposed white person or a Mexican or all that? Oh no, they don't. They act like they care, but at the end of the day, they don't. All they care about is using that black person's death to push whatever bullshit they are. And for me, I feel like that's scummy as fuck. And also, ESPN. Your network is fucking dying, okay? You're losing tens of millions of dollars. You're losing so many viewers. And people are cutting the fucking cord to go to fucking streaming. So, despite all this shit that's going against you, you decided to quietly make a show that does nothing but talk about the fucking racism in fucking sports? God, can you be this fucking stupid? Well, I'll just answer my own question. Yes, they can't be that fucking stupid. Like the article said, they can't quit the whole, you know, race grab rap because it's the only fucking thing that helps them, that gets them clicks and views and money. I would say that they'll change their tune once it starts affecting the bottom line. But at this point, I'm pretty sure I would want ESPN to just go away, just end itself, just commit corporate seppuku. But that's just my 2 cents on the whole thing is. Also, but I want to know what y'all think of this, okay? As always, be sure to leave a comment, like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so it opens on an update, share with friends, share with neighbors, share with others, and that's about it. Until next time, this is Sean 007-1986 signing off. Thank you for watching this video. It really means a lot. And I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later. Bye. Morgan Freeman said it best. The best way to end racism? Stop talking about it. Evidently, these people won't. Because if they do, they have to get regular jobs. So of course they're going to keep talking about it. fucked up way to earn money, but